Then in the last few sessions, we were discussing about the oversubscription of share, and while discussing the concept of oversubscription, we also learned about the pro rata allotment of shares, and on the basis of which we did few questions as well, which I'm sure is clear to you already. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll move to the next question based on the pro rata.
No doubt.
No doubt. So I guess we were discussing question number 39 in the previous session, right?
Yes, sir.
And then I might have given you one question for the homework as well. Did I give any question for the homework? And whether you were able to solve that question or not. Prerna, have you tried
Yes.
question number 40?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Got the answer? Were able to solve it or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that means we can move to the next question. But anyways, I'm showing you the solution for this question. This is the journal entry that you should be getting. Kindly check and confirm whether you have the same entries for this question or not. Shall we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Also confirm whether we have tried question number 41 as well or not. Did I give this question as a homework to you as well?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. You were able
So
to solve it?
I haven't tried because I'm making my project of economics.
You were making the project of economics, so you didn't try this question. Okay.
Yes,
No
sir.
issues. So let's solve this now. Let me read this question for you. This question contains the pro rata as well as the ratio of shares as well. Let me read this question. It says XYZ Limited is registered with an authorized capital of 2 lakh divided into 2,000 shares of 100 each, of which 1,000 shares are offered for public subscription. Premium of 5 per share is payable as 10 per share on application, 25 per share including premium on allotment, 40 per share on first and final call, 30 per share. Application were received for 1,800 shares, of which 300 shares were rejected outright. Rest of the application were allotted 1,000 shares on pro rata basis. Excess application money was transferred to allotment. All the money was duly received except from Sundar, holder of 100 shares who failed to pay allotment and first call money. His shares were later forfeited and reissued to Shyam at 60 per share, 70 paid up. Okay, so this question contains basically what? It is regarding the pro rata allotment number. Sorry, it is basically related to the pro rata. It also contains the forfeiture of share and it also contains the ratio of share. We'll have to do all the things at once. Right now, just ignore the formation of the cash book for this question. We'll pass all the entries, ignoring the cash book. Already, it says final call has not been made. Pass necessary journal entries and prepare the cash book in the book of XYZ Limited. Okay. I hope question is clear, everybody. So, Adib is joining us today. I guess you were not there in the previous section. So, I'm not sure whether you are comfortable with the pro rata questions or not. If you have any problem understanding anything in this question, do let me know. Otherwise, I'll start with the solution. Prerna Zainab, do you want to ask any doubt? Adib, do you have any doubt understanding question? No one is responding, so I'm assuming that nobody having any problem. So I'll directly start with the solution for this question. Solution. Question number 41. Let me just simplify this question a little for all of you. Okay, so question basically says that 2,000 shares or 1,000 shares were offered to public, but application received for 1,800 shares. People have applied for 1,800 shares. However, company have just decided to issue and allot how many shares? 1,000 shares. Company will be allotting 1,000 shares only. And the installment in which company will be raising the entire amount for the share is also given in the question. It says that company is willing to raise 10 rupees on application. On allotment 25 rupees, including 5 rupees for premium. That means 20 for the face value and 5 rupees for the premium. 40 per share on first call. And on final call, company is planning to raise 30 per share. And this way, company will be able to raise 100 per share plus 5 for premium. All right, everyone. Then it says that excess amount received on application will be adjusted toward the allotment. But one of the shareholder holding 100 shares failed to pay the allotment and first call money. Okay, so there was an investor named Sundar. Sundar have been allotted how many shares? 100 shares he have been allotted with. Right, but for how many shares he have applied in the company, it is not given in the question. We'll have to figure out the number of shares for which he have applied, because it is very important to determine the application or number of shares he have made in order to determine the value of the allotment. All right, but we'll talk about that later. But we'll just do it right now. Right now, na? To figure out the value, figure out the amount, figure out the number of shares for which he have applied, he will apply a formula basically. And formula will be we want to determine the value of the application number of shares for which he have applied. So in order to do that, what we'll do will simply divide the application received, total application received by the company, divided by the allotment made into number of shares allotted to Sundar. Number of shares allotted to Sundar. By applying this formula, we will be able to find out the number of shares for which Sundar have applied for. So total application received for 1,800 shares. Company have made the allotment for 1,000 shares only into 100. All right. So after solving it, we will be getting it will be 1,800 divided by 1,000 into 100. That means he must have applied for 180 shares. All right, everyone. Is this clear? This calculation is very important, and it will be very much useful while calculating the amount of allotment. Okay. But anyways, let's move to the journal entry that is required to be done in this session. Journal entries. First of all, the first entry that we'll be doing is for the application. On application, entry will be bank account debit. It will be bank account debit to will be share application account. Right? And since we have received application in respect of 1800 shares, so we must have received application amount in respect of 1800 shares. So amount of application was 10 rupees per share, and 18 into 10, 18,000. Right, everyone? Everyone is able to understand this? Kindly confirm if everyone understood this or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then after that, just a minute. Let me check if I'm not making. After that, we'll pass an entry to transfer the application money to the share capital account. So that entry will be share application account debit to share capital, right? Share capital account and to share allotment. Right now, 18,000 share capital account will be 1,000 into. Just a minute. Am I making a mistake? So, in respect of 1,000 shares into 10, that should be credited to share capital account. And the excess amount that we have received in respect of 800 shares, 10 per share will be transferred to share allotment. Right? Is that clear, everyone?
So
Let me check.
application was 1500, na? 1800 minus 300 because 300 are rejected.
Oh, okay. So application was received for 1800, and out of which 300 were outrightly rejected.
Yeah.
Okay, just a minute. So in that case, I think I'll have to change some values here. So to bank for the refund of the excess application amount, we'll credit the bank account as well. So 300 will be outrightly rejected. So 300 shares, we must have received 10 per share. So 3,000 will be credited to bank account. That means it will be refunded. And 1,000 into 10, that will be 10,000. And 500 into 10, 5,000. Right? Is this correct now? Or am I making a mistake? Is that clear?
Yeah.
So this is the final entry for the application. Now, on allotment, entry will be first of all, we'll make the allotment due. For that, entry is share allotment account debit. To share capital account, right? And share allotment account will be debited by in respect of 1,000 shares. Allotment will be made due by 25 per share into 25. That means 25,000 account will be debited to share allotment account. Right? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There was a premium on the allotment as well, no? There was premium on the allotment as well, right? Which I did not take. So in that case, I think I'll have to make some change. In that case, it will be 1,000 into 20 for the share capital, 20,000, and security premium reserve. Right, Prerna?
Yes, sir. 1,000 into 5.
Yes. Now, a very important entry that we'll have to do is for the receipt of allotment money. It is bank account debit to share allotment account. Also, because some shareholders are not paying in respect of the allotment money, so calls in area account will also be debited. Right now, this should be the entry. Now, what is the total amount due in respect of the allotment? Total of 25,000 is due in respect of allotment, right? But out of this, we have already received some amount at the time of application. We have already received 5,000 in respect of allotment at the time of application. So we'll have to subtract that value, yes or no? Right? Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. And then there was one shareholder who defaulted in the payment of the final call. Sorry, the allotment money. You remember that? It was given in the question that holder of 100 shares failed to pay the allotment first call. So his shares were later forfeited. We'll talk about the forfeiture later, but right now, since he did not pay the allotment money, so we'll have to do our prepare a working note, figure out the amount which is due on him in respect of the allotment money. So let me make the working note here. First of all, what is the amount that he have already paid on application? Amount paid by Sundar on application. So he must have paid in respect of 1,800 shares at the rate of 10 each. He have already paid 18,000. Just a minute. He must have paid in respect of how many shares for how many shares he have applied for? 180 shares. So he must have paid in respect of 180 shares the application money at the rate of 10 rupees each. That means he have already paid 1800 at the time of application, but he was supposed to pay only amount due on Sundar was on application was 100 into 10. So he was supposed to pay only 1000, but he paid 1800 extra. So excess amount paid on application 18. Okay, so this was all about the application. Now, when it comes to allotment, what amount is due on allotment and on Sundar? Amount for amount due for allotment on Sundar. So, in respect of 100 share that has been allotted to him, he is supposed to pay 25 per share, right? But which means 2500 he was supposed to pay, out of which 800 has already been paid at the time of application. So less amount already paid with application 800. Subtracting this, we will get 1700, which is to be paid by Sundar, and in respect of which he have defaulted. So amount not paid by Sundar. And since he did not pay 1700 in respect of allotment, we'll be subtracting the 1700 from it. Got it, everyone? Is this clear? Prerna, is that clear to you?
Sir, amount paid by Sundar is 1500.
Amount paid by Sundar is 1500.
Yes,
How
sir.
come?
So 1500 divided by 1000 multiplied by 100
Could you please
because of
repeat?
reduction of 300
Could you,
shares.
could you, could you please repeat it again?
Sir, because of rejection of 300 shares, 1800 minus 300, 1500.
Because of rejection of 1800 minus 300.
Yeah.
Okay. That means total how many shares he must have applied for?
Yes, sir.
I think we'll have to make some changes in the working mode that we have prepared earlier. No?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just a minute. Application received for 1800, out
Minus
of which
300.
minus 300. Yeah, now we'll calculate the number of shares applied by him. Na? 1800 minus 300 divided by 1000 into 150. Yeah, sorry. So 150 shares. And now at the time of working node, we'll have to consider that value 150 into 10 will be 1500 instead of 1800. And he have given 100 into 10, that means 1000, and this is 500. Okay, and we should subtract 500 from here, and we should be getting 2000. Is that correct now? Friend,
Yes, sir.
now we can subtract 2000 from here, and subtracting 2000, we'll be getting how much? 18,000, I guess. 18,000. 2000 will be debited. And done, everyone. Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This was all about the allotment. Now we need to pass one more entry, that is for the first call. On first call. Okay, before that, in fact, let me read the question again. It says final call has not been made and first call was made now. So we'll have to pass the entry for the first call. To the first. On first call. Tell me the entry for the first call. Share first call account debit, right? To share or equity share capital account. Right?
Yes, sir.
It will be 1000 into was the first call amount 40 rupees. 1000 into 40. 40,000 and 40. Then we'll pass the entry for the receipt of post call money, which will be bank account debit to share post call account. And calls in area account will also be debit. So in respect of calls in a first call, 40,000, we should receive 40,000. But there is a calls in area, there is a Sundar have defaulted in the payment of the first call as well. No? So Sundar is not going to pay in respect of 100 shares into 40. So bank account will be debited by only 36,000. And share first call will be 40. Got it? Is it clear? Is that right? Prerna, is that
Yes,
clear to
sir.
you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And as question is saying that final call has not been made, so we don't have to pass the entry for the first final call. But it says that as soon as the Sundar have defaulted in the payment of the first call, company have decided to forfeit its shares. So we'll have to pass the entry for the forfeiture of shares and also for the ratio of shares. Fourth entry for the forfeiture on forfeiture. Okay. Entry. Anyone remember the entry for the forfeiture of shares? Tell me, everyone.
Share capital account debit to share forfeiture account.
Mm-hmm.
To share first call account
No.
to
Yeah.
share allotment account.
To share allotment and calls. So we can simply say to calls in areas.
Yeah, call scenario.
Share capital account will be debited by called up value, right? So in respect of 100 shares, what is the called up value? Called up value. Tell me. What is the called up value? Called up value is company have asked for the application, yes. Company asked for the allotment, yes. Company asked for the first call, yes. The total called up value will be 10 plus 20 plus 40. Right? That means 70 rupees per share will be the called up value. Is that correct?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
correct? And we won't be counting the amount of premium.
Yeah.
Okay. And how much can be forfeited? The company will be able to forfeit 100 in respect of 100 shares. Since only application amount has been paid, the company will be able to forfeit only 10 rupees per share. Right? So 100 into 10 will be 1000. And this is 7000. And how much is there in the causal area? 100 into what amount is still in area? Area is for the allotment and first call amount is still in area. So 25 plus 40. 65 is in areas. 6500. And the difference arising will be debited to which account? Tell me, difference arising will be debited to which account?
Security premium.
Yes, security premium account. Securities premium. Securities premium reserve account. What is the difference? 75 to 500. Okay, this is the entry for the forfeiture of. Got it, everyone? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Then after the forfeiture of share, question also gives us the information about the ratio of shares. We'll have to pass the entry for the ratio on the issue of shares. I'm sure you're able to recall the entry for the ratio. For ratio, entry is bank account debit to, tell me, bank account debit to quickly. Right, what happened? Prerna, what is the entry for the ratio bank account debit to? Equity share capital,
Yeah.
right? So bank account is debited by what amount at which the shares has been issued. So it says that forfeited share has been reissued at 60 per share. Paid up value is also given. So 100 shares must have been reissued at 60. So that means 6,000 will be debited to bank account, right? And the paid up value was 70. The share capital account will be credited by paid up value 100 into 70, 7,000. So there is a loss now. There's a loss on the reissue of shares, and that loss will be debited to which account? Tell me quickly. Share forfeited account or share forfeited account. 100 into 10, 1,000. All right, is that clear? Prerna, is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we need to transfer, we need to pass one more entry for the transfer of forfeiture account, forfeiture amount to the capital reserve. Right now, remember that? Transfer of forfeiture account balance, account credit balance to capital reserve. For that, the entry is, you remember that? Share forfeiture
Forfeiture
account debit,
debit to capital reserve account.
forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account. Okay. So share forfeiture account is debited. Just a minute. This is considered as a loss on the issue, and this is a profit on the forfeiture of shares. The credit balance of the share forfeiture account will be adjusted with the debit balance. So 1,000 adjusted with 1,000, we will be having zero amount that needs to be transferred to the capital reserve. If I'm not doing it wrong. Oh, just a minute, let me check. 7,000. There should be. Just a minute, let me check. As far as I think we did it right. Forfeiture account to share capital. Just a minute, everyone. Security premium reserve 500, share capital 7,000, share forfeiture is okay. Just a minute. All right. See, we have committed a mistake. Just a moment. See, while passing the forfeiture entry, see how in respect of how many shares Sundar must have paid the application. In respect of how many shares he have paid the application amount. He paid application amount in respect of 1,500 shares. Do you remember that? Right now? So we will be able to forfeit the entire amount that he had paid on application, 1,500 into 10. So this should be 1,500. 150 into 10, I'm sorry. 150 into 10. So 1,500 should be debited, should be credited to share forfeiture account. Right? And now I think this is 7 and just a moment. Let me just check whether both the aspect of this is correct or not. 65, 7 and should be 8. Six. Okay.
The
Just a
40
moment.
plus 2060.
Just a minute. Let's do this. Do it like this. The capital account will be debited by 7,000. That is right. Security premium reserve will be credited 100 into 5, 500, and this should be 1,500, and the balancing value will be constant area, which will be 6,000, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Now this is right. So now we have share forfeiture account credit balance 1,500, debit balance as 1,000. So now we will be able to debit the share forfeiture account by 500. 1500 minus. This is the correct solution for this. Okay, so it took a lot of time solving this. Anyway, so I'm sure all of you understood this question. Anyone having any doubt? Pradeep, then Prerna. You were supposed to know the entries for the forfeiture, the reissue, all right, and you must have an idea regarding the how do we actually treat pro rata allotment of share, and if somebody default in the payment, how such situation can be treated. Unless and until you have the previous concept clear, you won't be able to solve the questions of the chapter. And this is very important part of the chapter. As I told you, pro rata allotment is something which is definitely be coming in your examination. So make sure you practice so many times, practice this question in a number of time, only then you will get comfortable with this kind of question. Anyways, I'm moving to the next question. I'm sure all of you understood this one. I have another question number 42, which is comparatively easy than the previous one. And this, I guess, is the last question. So I have one more question of this chapter that we will be solving. Okay, let's start with the question number 42 only. However, this question requires you to prepare the balance sheet. But right now, don't prepare the balance sheet for this question. I'm giving you that as a homework. Just pass the journal entries required in this question. All right, Himalaya Company Limited issued for public subscription 1,20,000 equity shares of 10 each, premium 2 per share. Various installment amount is given in the question. Application received for 1,60,000 shares. Allotment was made on pro rata basis. Access money on application were invested against the amount due on allotment. Rohan, to whom 4,800 shares were allotted, failed to pay for the 2 calls. That means first and final call, obviously. These shares were subsequently forfeited, and all the shares forfeited were reissued to Tina as fully paid 7 per share. What do you think? Do you think you'll be able to solve it, Adib, Zainab, and Prerna? Will you be able to solve it? Adib, Zainab, Prerna. Prerna, what do you think?
So I wanna give a try.
You want to give it a try?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then. So start with this question. Start with the journal entry. You don't have to prepare the balance sheet as of now, because I'll be giving that as a homework to you. Just solve the journal entry part. All right. So we have 10-15 minutes left in this session, which I'm sure you will be able to pass the entries, journal entries for this question at least during this time. Okay, I'm waiting for you to finish. If you have any difficulty solving it, do let me know. I'm just right here. I'm just muting myself. I'm on mute. And Prerna?
Doing sir.
Okay. Still doing, Prerna?
Yes sir. Only two pending.
You're doing the entry for what? I mean, which installment you have already passed the entry for?
For feature.
You already reached for feature. Okay,
Yeah.
by the way, let's just see the correct entries for this question. Could you please tell me the entries that you did,
Yeah.
starting with the application?
Account debit to share application account 4,80,000.
Right.
Share application account debit to equity share capital account. To share allotment account 4,80,000. 36.
3,60,000. Yeah,
Yeah. 1,20,000.
correct. Well done.
On
Next.
allotment bank account debit to share allotment account 4,80,000.
Mm,
Share
tell me the entry for making it due now. First of all, your allotment account debit 6 lakh, equity share capital 360 to security premium reserve like 40,000,
yes sir.
right?
Yeah.
And then bank share allotment 480.
Yes sir.
Okay. Then tell me the entry for the first one.
Share first whole account debit equity share capital account 2,40,000.
Correct.
Bank
Right.
account debit to share first whole account
Mhm.
2,30,400.
Yes, absolutely correct. Ideal
Uh,
call.
share final call account debit to equity share capital account 2,40,000
Right.
and bank account debit to share final call account 2,30,400.
Perfect. Very good. And the forfeiture entries.
Equity share capital account debit to
Mm-hmm.
share first call, final call,
Mm-hmm.
and forfeiture account
Yes. That is right.
48,000, 9,600, 9,600,
Hmm.
and
Okay. Okay. All right. So
800.
you did till the forfeiture.
Yeah.
Already. After that, you need to do the reissue entry. I'm sure that you'll be able to do that as well.
Yes, sir.
And after that, you have to determine the value of the
Capital.
value that need to be transferred to the capital reserve. That you can do as well. Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
So Prerna, this is it for this question. This question you were supposed to prepare the balance sheet as well. That I'm sure you will be able to do that. By the way, I'm showing you the balance sheet for this question that you have to prepare. I want you to try preparing the balance sheet for this question on your own after the session. All right. By the way, this is the balance sheet for this question. If you want, you can take the screenshot and later ensure you are getting the same values and you are preparing in the same manner. All right. Apart from the balance sheet, you have to also prepare the notes to account, which will look something like this. You may take the screenshot of this as well. Done. And this was all about this question. I'm giving you one question for the homework as well. This one is going to be an easy question. I'm sure you'll be able to do it. Question number 80. Just a minute. Not 80. Question number 43. Okay. And this is the last question of the chapter. From the next class onward, we won't be discussing about the issue of share. We will start a new chapter in the next session, which is issue of debenture. So, especially Adeeb, since you were not regular in this chapter, so I'll request you to be regular in the next class and from the next chapter onwards. We'll be discussing a new chapter in the next session, which is issue of debenture, most probably. So make sure you don't skip that section. Prerna, is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. So done with the screenshot of this question.
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay. See you in the next session with some new topic. In fact, with